Hello, this is PG, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Welcome to ParadiZe. The game is available on PC, PlayStation and Xbox. Welcome to ParadiZe is an isometric twin-stick zombie survival game developed by Eco Software. Despite being called Welcome to ParadiZe, the game is essentially the third installment in the How to Survive franchise. So what is it like to play? Well, once you've selected your preset character type, you're off to ParadiZe. Here you'll have to fight for survival, kill thousands of zombies, craft items, build a base, and most interestingly, tame wild zombies to do your bidding. Your character can equip level restricted weapons, armor pieces, and you'll also need health items and food to aid you on your journey. As I said, taming zombies is the order of the day, with these unexpected allies being able to fight by your side or complete tasks at your base. Tamed zombies can be equipped with a weapon and armor combo, with each variation offering different results. For example, you could use armor made of bells to lure other zombies in, and then you could equip yourself with a bow so you can just pick them off while they're busy with your zombies. But it isn't just their equipment that you can change, you can also select their behaviour from quite an extensive list. They can collect loot, they can intimidate enemies, activate switches, or even heal you when required. It's very cool, and it leads to some fun possibilities. As I said, it's a pretty cool addition to the franchise, and it does help with a sense of isolation, especially if you're a solo player. But it's not all zombie killing and scavenging. The game features base building too. Base building was something that in How to Survive 2 I think did fairly well, but there was definitely a lot of room for improvement. Welcome to ParadiZe, for me, doesn't really do enough in terms of this to move it forward. You can build workshops, power stations, defensive walls, traps, but it is very, very basic stuff. The only real complexity again comes from your zombots. Zombots can be allocated tasks from gathering water, using switches, planting crops, and power is the key. And at first I would say this is quite a boring thing to set up, but once it's done right, it's a nice way of streamlining your day-to-day base activities. But I would say the power element doesn't actually make any sense because you need voltage to put up a metal fence. Like, it's not electrified, it's just metal. The voltage really is just a cap on how much stuff you can have, and it's a bit unnecessary. Anyway, after a period of time, the area fills up with zombies and you'll have to clear the area, which results in a wave-based horde mode. But these are pretty dull affairs with almost no variety to speak of, often making them just feel like an admin task that's got to be done every so often. In terms of structure, I'd say the game does a good job. There's always another task to complete, another survivor to work for, and you rarely get to the point where you've got no idea what to do. As you progress through this, you will level up. This will give you perk points for a skill tree of sorts, including things like combat and survival skills. Now, this is a long game. It takes about 30 to 40 hours to finish. Now, being that long, one area that does become a bit of a problem, I would say, is the complete lack of variety or quality in the quests. You know, go to point A, collect something, take it to point B, then go to point C, speak to a character, congratulations, you're done. It's a template that's used for like 99% of the missions, and after about 15 hours of this, it is hard, even for the most die-hard fan of the franchise, not to get tired of it. Now, I'm not saying every mission is like that, there are some that mix it up, but even those, it's a stretch to say that they're creative. Now, saying all that, right, the one thing that stitches it all together is the twin-stick nature of the combat. It is by far the best part of the game, and at times it's the only thing that really keeps you going. I wouldn't say overall it's a fun game. It is really combat that holds it together, but it is very repetitive and quite samey. The other part of the game that really does lift it above the kind of mundane are the zombots, you know, that fantastic creative element where you can give them different loadouts, different behaviour, experiment to see what you can create in your own little posse. The game features an open world of sorts. It's broken down into areas that can be fast travelled between once you activate those hotspots. There are special zombies. The general enemy variety I'd say is good, keeps you on your toes. Saying that, there are boss fights. They are quite appalling in terms of variety. They're like the most basic boss fights you will ever encounter. You just shoot, hit, dodge, and repeat this for about 7 minutes and you're done. Finally, on gameplay, the game can be played solo, but you also have co-op options. You know, you've got online, but thankfully there is a local couch co-op option too. Now for me, this is the best way to go. It's the best way to play the series, and it really did help in that kind of boring middle third of the game, because that is quite tiresome. So if you've got a friend there to help you through, that will help. Visually, it's smooth, it's colourful, it's got good menu design, it's got readable fonts, it's very user-friendly. Other PC games, you know, should take note. I would say it isn't a big jump in quality from How to Survive 1 or 2 graphically, but, you know, it is what it is. In terms of the sound, I'd say the character voice acting is of a very low standard. Music, there's not much of it, but what there is does the job. I'd say the sound effects, though, they're the standout for me. Anyway, verdict. Welcome to ParadiZe is a well-structured and addictive zombie survival game. The ability to control zombies and tailor their behaviour, it's refreshing, and it definitely boosts this series to another notch, even though other areas haven't really been improved. The mission variety, frankly, yeah, it's non-existent. The boss fights are disappointing, and it's very long-winded, like being 30 to 40 hours to finish. But the co-op option, as I said, alleviates the boredom, and I do think it is probably the best twin-stick zombie survival game out there. There are others like Dismantle, The Last Stand Aftermath, there's other zombie ones like Zomboid and many others. But if we're talking about twin-stick, combat, survival, zombie, co-op, the How to Survive trilogy is the best. This is another solid game in the series. Is it the best in the series? I don't know. Maybe the first one was the best, but I still think this is a good game. And if you like that twin-stick isometric zombie stuff, definitely one you should have a look at, especially if you've got a friend to play with. Anyway, scoring, welcome to ParadiZe, 8 out of 10. That's the review. Thank you for watching. This is PG, signing off. Cheers.